Hello, hello. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Julie. If you're new here, I run this whole thing. Thank you for joining me. Today, we're going to talk about three, the easiest things you can do starting this weekend to start to work on your fitness goals. And these are things, these are kind of things I like to call like my bare ass minimum. These are things I do all the time, even on the days when I feel like garbage and don't want to do a workout or like meal prep or all these other things. These are things you don't need to buy any extra things. You don't need to really. Okay, so one of the things you do need to put in some time for it. But really, this is kind of bare ass minimum things you should be doing every day to work on your fitness goals. They're also the easiest things. They're also the most unsexy things. It's not like some quick fix program, but if you're consistently doing these things, you're going to feel better. You'll notice you'll look better. Your health is going to be so much better. I know the fitness industry, you see everywhere people like wanting to lose weight, getting muscle, bodybuilding, blah, 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 all this stuff. And guys, I'm not about that. I'm about helping you build health, and just living your best freaking life, being pain free and feeling good, but like good in your clothes too, you know? Okay, so let's get to it. If you are watching this, please let me know. Give me a like and a comment. I unfortunately have a really hard time seeing the comments come up as I'm doing it. I don't know if you know how to figure that out. Always after, I'm like, shit, someone commented, but whatever. If you're watching a replay of this, also let me know, and let me know if these are things you already do regularly, or if you're like, damn, I can easily incorporate that, or if there's some other things you're like, these are my like go-to having a shit day, or I need to start doing something and it's easy. I would love to know what that is. Okay, so number one is start walking more. Uh, Walk 10,000 steps per day. Like I know, like, does everyone have a fitness tracker? I don't have one anymore. I'm gonna probably gonna buy one after this. You should be walking 10,000 steps per day, and this unfortunately does not count as exercise. This is just normal body movement throughout the day. Of course, if you exercise, it does add to those steps, which is super awesome. But try to walk 10,000 steps per day. And the reason there's so many benefits to this. One, it just if you've still been working from home or even if you're working in the office, just getting up and moving and just so you're not sitting all freaking day. Like, I don't know if you've read the amount of studies of how sitting is so bad for us. Um, like your posture and your overall health and just staring at screens, like that's a whole other thing. Like getting up, moving, getting fresh air, like the air inside. I know there's a lot of pollution outside, but it's actually better to get air outside because of how much toxic stuff is in our homes. Get some freaking fresh air. You need sunlight. These are all these are all way bigger topics now that I dive into it. But start walking more. Maybe you're like, I can't do 10,000 steps in a day, but figure out where you're at now and just start adding to it. 10,000 steps isn't that much. Like, just go for an hour. It's like an hour and a half walk, which I know is like, oh, an hour and a half of my time. Try splitting that up into maybe three smaller walks. Like, give yourself three half an hour breaks. I don't know about you, but I would love three half an hour breaks in the day. You know what I mean? Also, by walking, you're creating lateral eye movement, which helps you reduce stress. Okay, there's like a ton of studies on that as well, which if you're interested, I'll find them and link them to you. Um, there's also, well, here's the thing. I was feeling a little spicy when I hopped on here, and I'm like, fuck, I'm tired of people making excuses. And there's always going to be excuses, right? Like I do it, everyone does it, but there's excuses, there's having bad days, but there's straight up you just not taking accountability towards your fitness goals and putting that on someone else. Like, ooh, I can't track my steps cuz I don't wear a thing or I don't whatever. Honestly, your phone tracks everything, okay? Let's just start using that for a benefit. If you're like I don't have it on me all the time, shove it in your freaking pocket, okay? You can honestly buy step trackers for like $20 off Amazon, but if you want a ton of other cool stats, you can get stuff. You can get more expensive ones. So if you've been making an excuse of why you're not doing this, think about what this excuse is and are you just not taking responsibility for your health? You will hear me repeat that so many times. Okay, so that was number one. let's move on to number 2. Drink more water. Okay, this is literally you're gonna pee a lot for sure. Your body when you start drinking more water, your body is like, I don't know what to do with this. This is extra. I'm gonna pee it out. It will balance itself out over time. It might help to add a little bit of electrolytes, and that could simply be a little bit of salt, if whatever, some lemon, whatever. You can make your own electrolytes at home, or you can buy some. I don't know if that was a fluff or a fly. Both were not welcome. Um, drink more water. So I have this mug, and it's pretty cool, but I hate it because it's 750 milliliters, so it's a pain in the ass to calculate how many liters. I'm not that good at math. I used to have a liter bottle, and it was great. I'm like, if I just drink 3 to 4 of these, we're fine. Find ways to make this easy for yourself. Like, is it a challenge? Do you write down, like, I need to have had 1.5 of these by 1 p.m., and then I need to have had another 2 by 5 p.m. And don't try to chug all the water at the end of the night, because that's when you're going to be getting up to pee in the middle of the night, and that's a whole other. We don't want that. We want to sleep good, because that's actually what number 3 is. So drink more. You can even, I don't know, like get 8 cups of water, fill them up, put them in your fridge, so you just know that's how many you need to drink. Some people use elastics and they like move them from hand to hand. So you can use an app and it'll remind you. You can set alarms on your phone. Not my favorite thing to do, but that's an option. So simply drinking more water and being properly hydrated. Like if you're chugging coffee and only drinking like a liter of water, your body needs way more than that. Like you'll notice by doing something so simple, kind of like the walking, you're gonna notice these benefits. Like your skin's gonna look nicer, your energy levels are gonna be better, you're gonna have less headaches, less muscle pain. Just your body can finally, it can function the way it's supposed to. Okay, we gotta love these. So now, on to number 3. Start going to bed earlier. I said it. I know it's super unpopular, and literally everything we have is created for us to stay on longer and makes us not sleep well. So if you think I'm going to talk about blue light glasses, I'm not, because I'm actually not a fan of those. But if they work for you, sick. Just start going to bed 15 minutes earlier, because your body goes through so many processes of recovery and removing toxins and things like that while you sleep, especially from the hours of 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. And I know that's, most people are going to bed at like midnight. Like I definitely do. So you're missing a huge chunk of like detox, and your brain getting, like your brain is, I can't think, I don't want to say toxins maybe, but it's flushing all that out. Another reason why drinking more water is you're getting rid of all that stuff. So if you notice you've been slowly maybe gaining weight, or you're having a harder time getting rid of body fat, all of these things are something to look at, and they're honestly so simple. And of course, they're not sexy. Like it's not like some pill you take and you're like snatched. It's, you have to take accountability for this, and you have to do the things that are hard. Okay, and I'll be honest, I have a hard time going to bed early. I'm usually tired and like in bed between 9 and 10, but am I sleeping? No. And that's probably because and I'm doing all kinds of stuff like that. I don't really binge Netflix anymore because that shit has been trash lately. But if there's stuff you like, I totally get it, because I used to be me too. So starting to get better sleep hygiene, and instead of being like, I'm gonna go to bed 3 hours earlier, you're never gonna do that right off the bat. Just pick 15 minutes and commit to that. Another note on that is on the weekend, don't like don't try to catch up, because it actually, like, there's so many studies that does not work. And try to just keep consistent. And yeah, it sucks and it's unsexy, but it's really up to you to decide what you want for your life, and are you going to be accountable and responsible to that. And sometimes that includes doing the things that aren't as fun, and going to bed early, going to the bathroom because you drink so much water, and being like, I gotta go for walks. I honestly can't wait till I'm like the old lady, like a matching sweatsuit. Like I'm probably gonna do that. I'm gonna order a sweatsuit right now. Doing my like power walks. I'm here for it. Okay. All right, guys. that is my top 3 tips of things you literally don't need extra things. You need a little bit of time. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, I am always open to chat about it, and I would love to help you. Even honestly, just getting these simple things down and doing something so good for yourself, it's gonna make you feel better. And by taking that kind of action, that's what keeps you motivated. It's not you get motivation and you do the stuff. You do the stuff to get motivated. Okay, that's a formula I know. All right, guys. Hope you have a great weekend. Bye.